So one of the major draws for me to buy the C70 was actually the fact that it had a flip out screen. But if you've ever used the C70 in daylight, you know that the direct sunlight on the screen just makes it pretty much unusable. Before this, I was shooting on a Zcam E2S6, which is a really great camera, but you need to rig it to even use it. So you need an external monitor no matter what. And I really wanted something that didn't use an external monitor because my style of shooting is very run and gun. I love to just take it out of the bag and pretty much start shooting right away with minimal rigging necessary. So I was really stoked for this camera, but pretty disappointed with the brightness. So I know this whole flip out screen problem could be solved by just adding an external monitor on top, but most of my shooting is actually straight out of a backpack, and I want to travel and shoot with as minimal of a rig as possible, and subtracting an external monitor was really important to me. So here's what I did to fix the C70's screen the best I could. First up, I tweaked the brightness settings in the C70 the best I could, but here's also where I made my first mistake. My first mistake was actually trying to crank the brightness and contrast up. I immediately started exposing things wrong because the screen now wasn't reliable, so I wouldn't suggest this way. The correct way I found was turning up the luminance setting from normal to 1 or 2, and this makes a pretty big difference. So after getting the screen a little bit brighter, I wanted to try to find a Sunhood for the C70. But again, if you've ever used the C70, you know the screen hinges are a little bit flimsy. So I wanted to find something lightweight and small enough to fit on the little 3.5 screen, but it was actually really challenging. So shout out to eBay for this little camcorder leather light Sunhood. And it just comes pretty much just with Velcro. And you can just slide it on to the C70, just like that. It's light enough that it won't put stress on the hinges, and it's not bulky to take up space in the bag. You can pretty much fold it flat and just shove it in so it's always with you. And I'm really stoked with this solution because it only costs about 10 bucks. Would highly suggest picking up one of these things if you're like me and you don't want to get an entire external monitor for every single shoot that you're on. So, hope that helped, and see you next one. Peace.